tomorrow. And all of the people back home, of course, the live stream is up and running, and we do welcome all of our crew and staff that coordinate and ensure the live stream is of a world-class presentation. I had confirmation here this morning that the arena preparation will take place after each 100 competitors. The preparation will take a short break after the first 100. The tractors, rollers and sanders will come back into the arena and will prep after each 100 competitors. Now, we would still require the competitors that have not yet signed their ABCRA weekend membership waiver forms. Toby White. Toby is in that first 20. We do require Toby White to the Secretary's office, please, to ensure he signs the waivers, because all competitors will not compete until they have signed that weekend membership waiver. And just a follow-on for all competitors throughout the course of our next 4 days, the programming. As we discussed earlier this morning, this is the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Campdraft Championship for 2025. First round this morning, second round tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. The conclusion of that second section at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, we have the first round of the feature cutout competition. That will conclude day number 2 here on Thursday. Friday morning, we start at 8 o'clock with the Ladies Dash for Cash. The semi-final, the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Campdraft Championship. Then we move on to the maiden shootout final and presentation, the novice shootout. The cutout final presentation at 6:30 on Friday evening. And of course, we've got some great entertainment coming up on Friday night, 7:30, with Chris McGrath, one of the local country music artists, and he will be on stage here for a big Friday night, which is always very enjoyable, a relaxed evening here on Friday afternoon. Saturday morning, we come back at 8 o'clock here in the main arena with the Terry Snow Memorial Restricted Open Draft and presentation, which will no doubt be one of the highlights of our entire weekend. We then move on at 10 o'clock with the junior and juvenile on Saturday morning. And then, of course, the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Championship opening ceremony and the championship final and presentation. And to conclude our weekend of competition, the teams draft around about 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And then a big night of entertainment with Christy Lamb and Robbie Mortimer. And they'll certainly bring plenty of energy here to the Willinga stage, of course. What a great way to weekend to wind down on Saturday afternoon. And just, ladies and gentlemen, for all the people at home that may be watching our live stream, the slight hold up to the start of proceedings. Our judges here this morning, Jonathan McDonald and Joe Payne, just resetting the course, and of course they are making certain that the course is set to a point that we can get as many full courses as we can in this opening section, and it's applicable to the rules of competition. So we should only be about 3 or 5 minutes. We've got the second peg reset and just working in the gate at this point of time. So we do apologise for the slight delay. However, our judges officiating here this morning are just resetting the course, and once we have that completed and satisfied, we will be underway with our first competitors. Just looking down the list of our contestants, Bronnie Puddicombe will be our first contestant out. Picaco checks, followed by two-time former winner Matt Holtz with Moondance. Number 3 in the draw will be Matthew Moffat with Conspirator. And then we come down to number 4, Lockie Sim with Highbrow Heaven CD. And our 5th competitor out here in the opening sectional will be Amanda Hollis running Wish to Excel. They'll be our first 5 competitors. And we're only moments away from getting underway here with our Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Campdraft Championship for 2025. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like proceedings are about to get underway here this morning with our very first competitor. We have reset the course and judges have given instructions to our first competitor. Bawley Point riding Picasso Checks will be our first contestant into the camp this morning. This little horse is owned by Pete Comiskey and make their home in Nebo, North Queensland. Matt Holtz to be on standby, please, with Moondance. Matthew Moffat at number 3 with Conspirator. And Lockie Sim, number 4 with Highbrow Heaven CD. Well, folks, we're set to get underway with our first competitor. Gold Buckle 2025. Well, that was our first competitor. We'll have a camp score shortly for Ronnie Puttycombe riding Picasso Checks. Into the camp, our next contestant is Matt Holtz. Matt joining us here this weekend from Gindra. Little horse he rides is called Moon Dance. At the gate, we want Matthew Moffat with Conspirator, Lockie Sim with Highbrow Heaven CD, and Amanda Hollis with Wish to Excel on standby, please. That is time for our second competitor, Matt Holtz riding Moondance. Prior to Matt, we had a camp score for a Bronny Puttycombe of 22 points only. Into the camp at number 3 in our competition, this time representing Cabra. This will be Cody and Kelly Henson's nomination, ridden by Matthew Moffat, Conspirator. Okay, we have the scores through for Matt Holtz. 22 points for camp, 55.5 points for horsework, 3 for course. Grand total in this event of 80.5. We're watching on camp, Matthew Moffat with Conspirator. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Conspirator Matthew Moffat in the saddle here this morning. And we've got a camp score of 16.5. On camp, number 4 in the draw this time is Lockie Sim, riding Highbrow Heaven CD. This is Rick and Sophie Ramusi from Holbrook's nomination. We then move to the gate. We'll have Amanda Hollis with Wish to Excel on standby, please, followed by number 6, Wyatt Young with Binia Milan. that'll be a 0 score for Lockie Sim with Highbrow Heaven CD, our contestant number 4 in the competition here this morning. Okay, our next competitor into the camp will be watching will be Amanda Hollis riding Wish to Excel. This is Steve McNamara's nomination. Number 6 at the gate will be Wyatt Young with Binya Milan. Number 7, Hugh Miles with Just a Jack. And number 8, we are down to Troy Palmer with Totem. We are watching on course at this point of time. This is Amanda Hollis riding Steve McNamara's nomination, Wish to Excel. Have a camp score of 21. 21 only for Amanda Hollis riding Wish to Excel. We move down to number 6 in the competition. 6 on your draw. This is Wyatt Young's nomination, ridden by Wyatt. Binya Milan. Wyatt is one of our many competitors from out of the Tamworth, Northern New South Wales region. He'll be followed at the gate by number 7, Hugh Miles with Just a Jack. Number 8, Troy Palmer. And number 9 will be Bradley Comiskey riding Blood Royale. We are watching on course at this point of time. This is Wyatt Young riding Binya Milan. Wyatt has enjoyed a great deal of success on the camp drafting circuit over the last 12-18 months on this little horse and combination. Okay, we've got scores through for our previous competitor, Wyatt Young with Binya Milan. Just confirming with our judges and officials, but it is all clarified at this point of time. 21 points for cutout, 47.5 points for horsework, 3 for course, 71.5 points for Wyatt Young with Binya Milan. We move to number 7 in the competition from Tamworth, this time Hugh Miles. Hugh is riding his nomination, Just Jack. Number 8 at the gate will be Troy Palmer with Totem. Number 9, Bradley Comiskey with Blood Royal. And number 10, on standby please, Michael Reid with All Stars Famous Acres. Well, that is what we come to expect with Hugh Miles riding Just Jack. First full course of the morning at competitor number 7. Into the camp, number 8 will be Troy Palmer riding Totem. Troy joins us from Cooler once again. Number 9, Bradley Comiskey, Blood Royal. And number 10 in the competition will be Michael Reid with All Stars Famous Acres. Okay, it is now official, Hugh Miles, 22 points for camp, 63.5 points for horsework, 4 for course, total of 89.5 to take him to the top spot in our first round, the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Campdraft Championship this morning. Hugh Miles with Just a Jack, 89.5. Okay, on course at this point of time, we have Troy Palmer riding his nomination, Just Jack. Number 9 in the competition will be Bradley Comiskey with Blood Royal and Michael Reid with All Stars Famous Acres. We're watching Troy Palmer riding Totem. Well, it took a little time to get him out of the camp, but we've got him there at this point of time. Another of our full courses here on the opening day of competition at Willinga for Troy Palmer and Totem. Okay, we've got a camp score of 15.5, 61.5 points for horsework, 4 for course. Gives us a grand total of 81 points, 81 for Troy Palmer and Totem. We are now watching on course this time. This is Bradley Comiskey riding his own nomination, Blood Royal, joining us from Emerald in North Queensland. At the gate, we want Michael Reid with All Stars Famous Acres. And to be on standby, Andrew Turvey with Playful. That has completed the run on that occasion for our previous competitor, Bradley Comiskey. Bradley joining us from Emerald in Queensland, riding Blood Royal. Okay, we've got the score of 22 points in the camp. 52.5 points for horsework, 3 for course. Grand total of 77.5 points for Bradley Comiskey and Blood Royal. We will move on down to number 10 in our competition. This will be Michael Reid. Michael Reid's nomination from West Woombai, riding All Stars Famous. At the gate, Andrew Turvey with Playful, and 12 to stand by is Brett Rollinson with Donrika Linda. Well, there it is, another one of our full courses in this round of our competition, the Ringers Western Wear Gold Muckle. First round, Campdrafting here, 2025. Michael Reid, and his camp score was 20.5 points. 61.5 points for horsework, 4 for course. Grand total of 86 points, and that's moved him up to second place in our competition. Scored 86 points for Michael Reid with All Stars Famous Acres. Okay, we move to our next competitor. This is Andrew Turvey, joining us from Wandowan, riding Playful. Now, Playful is one of the Willinga Park horses that will be actually sold throughout the course of our weekend, and I'll give you more details of the sale throughout the course of the next 3 or 4 days. But Andrew Turvey, if you've got any questions regarding this little horse, one of the sale horses to be sold throughout the course of this weekend here at Willinga, is a little horse called Playful. Well, there's no better way to look, watch and operate when you're looking to purchase a new horse for your team, and there is one, Playful, and it will be presented this weekend to be sold here at Willinga by Andrew Turvey on behalf of Willinga Park. Our next competitor in camp will be Brett Rollinson with Donrika Linda, followed by John Mitchell with Consissi, and Chris Nicholson to be on standby, please, with Wallaroo Congenito. Okay, scores are coming through for Andrew Turvey and Playful. We have a camp score of 22, 63 points for horsework, 4 for course, and a score of 89.89. On camp, we are watching Brett Rollinson with Donrika Linda. Okay, we have a camp score of Brett Rollinson with Don Rica Linda, a camp score of 20 and 20 only. On camp, at this point of time, number 13 in the competition is John Mitchell. John riding his nomination, Consissi, makes his home in Tuma. Chris Nicholson be at the gate from Maruya riding Wallaroo Cognito, and number 15 will be John Turvey riding Flow. We're watching on course at this point of time. This is John Mitchell riding Consissi. Next into the camp will be Chris Nicholson with the Wallaroo Cognito. And once again, making the time limit with a full course here this morning is John Mitchell with Consissi. Chris Nicholson into the camp with Wallaroo Cognito, and we have an official score for Consissi and John Mitchell. 17 points for camp, 62.5 for horsework, 4 for course. Grand total in this first round of 83.5, 83.5. Moving right along to number 14 in our competition, Chris Nicholson with Wallaroo Cognito. Number 15 will be John Turvey with Flow, and number 16, we move down to Jason Penny with EB's Coolabah. We're watching on course Chris Nicholson with Wallaroo Cognito. Chris joins us from Maruya, one of our South Coast contestants here this morning in the first section of our Ringers Western Gold Buckle Campdraft in competition. We are back here tomorrow morning with 348 competitors for the second qualifying round, and then it is Friday morning we have the semi-final of this competition. Okay, we have for Chris Nicholson and Wallaroo Cognito a camp score of 20, 63.5 points for horsework, 4 for course. Grand total in this first round of 87.5. Moving right along to number 15 in the camp, this is John Turvey with his nomination Flow. John joining us from St George, Queensland. At the camp gate, we will have Jason Penny with EBS Coolabah, and number 17 will be Zeb Pearce with Karamba I'm a Smart One. Well, we got him through just in under the time limit. That was John Turvey riding Flow at competitor number 15 in our competition. And we have for John Turvey 21 points for camp, 60 points for horsework, 4 for course. A grand total in this round of 85. Number 16, moving through the draw this morning, is Jason Penny. Jason Penny's nomination makes his home in Gunnedah. This horse is nominated by J and A Penny, EBS Coolabah. Number 17 at the gate will be Zeb Pearce with Campdraft, I'm a Smart One. Number 18, Pete Comiskey, and number 19 will be Cameron Dunlop. We're watching competitor number 16 on the course. This is Jason Penny with EBS Coolabah. 17 into the camp next will be Zeb Pearce with Campdraft, I'm Smart One. And number 18 will be Pete Comiskey with Willinga as time goes by. And we have a camp score for Jason Penny with EBS Coolabah of 16. 16 for Jason Penny and EBS Coolabah. Moving along to number 17 in the competition from Walker in northern New South Wales. This is Zeb Pearce's nomination, ridden by Zeb. Campdraft, I'm a Smart One. Pete Comiskey, 18 at the gate, please Pete. And number 19 will be Cameron Dunlop with Man O' War. We have a camp score through for Zeb Pearce, 22 points for Cutout Zeb, 22 points with Campdraft, I'm a Smart One. We move down to a former two-time winner of our Willinga Gold Buckle here. This is Pete Comiskey with Willinga as time goes by at number 18. Number 19 is Cameron Dunlop with Man of War, and number 20 is Vanessa Dixon, riding Ray Cooler Than You. Okay, that looks like that will be a 0 score for Pete Comiskey or the Willinga as time goes by. We'll certainly see Pete as the competition unfolds. Down from Nebo once again this year, joining us in beautiful Willinga. Okay, we'll move right along to number 19 in the draw. This is Cameron Dunlop with Man of War. Number 20 to get ready will be Vanessa Dixon with Ray Cooler Than You. And number 21, Luke Cheney's back with Matilda. We are currently watching here in the first round of the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Camp Drafting Championship. Our number 19 in the draw, this is Cameron Dunlop riding Man O' War. Into the camp next, we require Vanessa Dixon with Ray Cooler Than You and number 21, Luke Cheney, Matilda. And not far off with number 22, Mark Wortman with Smith Family Tornado. The camp score for Cameron Dunlop, camp score with Man of War of 21 points. Watching on camp as we speak here in the competition, number 20, Vanessa Dixon riding Ray Cooler Than You. 21 at the gate will be Luke Cheney, Matilda, 22 Mark Wortman, and 23 will be Zach Sefton riding Butterfly. And well done here this morning. Vanessa Dixon riding Ray Cooler Than You. We'll have the scores through Vanessa very shortly. Coming through. And it is now official. Vanessa Dixon, 20.5 points for camp, 62 points for horsework, 4 for course, and 86.5 points. 86.5 for Vanessa Dixon with Ray Cooler Than You. We are watching on camp. This time we welcome back once again from Barry. This is Noel Cheney's nomination, written by Luke Cheney. Matilda. At the gate to be ready, please, Mark Wortman with Smith Family Tornado and number 23, Zach Sefton with Butterfly. Well, that's going to be a close one for our judges, but that was Luke Cheney riding Matilda, our competitor at number 21 in this morning's competition. Into the camp next, please, at 22, Mark Wortman riding Smith Family Tornado. Scores have come through for Luke Cheney. We've got a camp score of 20.5, 56 points for horsework, 3 for course. Grand total today of 79.5 points, 79.5. Number 22 on camp is Mark Wortman with Smith Family Tornado. Zach Sefton at 23 with Butterfly at the gate, please. And Matt Wachaz with Backwater Reprieve at 24. And as we hear those whips in the background, that is time for Mark Wortman riding Smith Family Tornado. We have officially coming through the scores for that competitor. 20.5 points for Cam for Mark, 56.5 points for Horsework, 3 for Course, grand total today of 80 points, 8-0. Moving down to number 23 in our competition. This will be Zach Sefton's nomination. Zach joining us from Manildra, riding his nomination Butterfly. Be followed by Matt Beaches with Backwater Reprieve. Number 25 is Sam Campbell with Banshee Conai. We have a camp score officially of 21 for Zach Sefton with McFly. 21 points for Zach Sefton and Butterfly. Just a reminder to competitors, we will rework the arena. We reset the arena after each 100 competitors here this morning on our first day of competition. We are at number 24, Matt Beaches with Backwater Reprieve. 25 will be Sam Campbell with Bonche Conai, and 26 will be Michael Kelly with Destiny's Dream. Okay, as we move down to our next competitor here this morning, this time we are watching in the camp, Matt Beaches with Backwater Reprieve. Sam Campbell at the gate, please, Sam, with Wanche Conai. And at number 26, Michael Kelly with Destiny's Dream. The camp score for Matt of 22 points for Cutout, 22 points only for Matt Beaches with Backwater Reprieve. Okay, we just completed our change of cattle in the camp at number 25. This will be Sam Campbell. Banshee Connie will be his horse riding on this occasion. Makes his home these days from Goombara in Queensland. This is Sarah Campbell's nomination. He'll be followed at the gate by Michael Kelly with Destiny's Dream, followed at 27 by Luke Hardwick with Nonda Democracy.
mine there or something.
Okay, we are watching on course at this point of time, Sam Campbell with Ben Shea Connie, followed by Michael Kelly with Destiny's Dream, Luke Hardwick with Nonda Democracy, and Cassie Fordham with Star Chico. Well, it's going to be close to the time expiring for Sam Campbell, but we will have a score through for Banshee Connie. Looks like it is official. 22 points for Cam, 55.5 points for horsework, 3 for course. Gives Banshee Connie a total score of 80.5. 80.5. And Sam Campbell. Number 26 into the camp as we look down. This time it'll be Michael Kelly. Joins us from Ellenbank, Victoria, riding Destiny's Dream, followed by Luke Hardwick with Nonda Democracy. And from there we move down to Cassie Fordham with Star Chico. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was number 26 in our draw this morning. That was Michael Kelly. Riding Destiny's Dream has a camp score of 22 points only. Looking down our list of contestants this time, it will be number 27 in the camp, Luke Hardwick. Luke riding his nomination from Hawthorne, Victoria, Nonda Democracy. Followed by 28, Cassie Fordham with Star Chico, and 29, Annette Fitzgerald. And that is time for our contestant on that occasion, Nonda Democracy, Luke Hardwick. It was. It is now official from our judges. We have got for Luke Hardwick with Nonda Democracy a camp score of 19, 56 points for horsework, 3 for course, total of 78 this morning, 78 in our first round of the Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Camp Drafting competition here at Willinga. Number 28 in this morning draw, this time getting ready will be Cassie Fordham. Cassie makes a home at Atunga on the north of Tamworth, riding her nomination, Star Chico. Number 29 at the gate, we require Annette Fitzgerald. Riding Barambola, Amazing. Number 30, Rob King with Raffles. And that was once again a full course in the competition for our competitor from Atunga, Cassie Fordham, riding Star Chico. Cassie's score coming through, 22 points for camp, 62 points for horsework, 4 for course, giving her total aggregate of 88 points in this round of the competition. 88 points for Cassie Fordham, riding Star Chico. 29 is on the camp now. We look down, it is Annette Fitzgerald. Annette is another one of our northern contestants, riding Barambola Amazing, representing the Fitzgerald family from Tamworth. Should be followed by Rob King with Raffles and Ian Hinksberger with Kirby Stud Conspiracy. Camp score through for Annette Fitzgerald, riding Bambola Amazing. We have a camp score of 21. Move down to number 30 in our competition. This time it'll be Rob King, riding his nomination Raffles. Rob joining us from Lardner on the eastern side of Melbourne.
Yep.
We have a camp score for Rob King and Raffles, a camp score of 21. 21 points for Rob King and Raffles. We move down to number 31 in the draw this morning is Ian Hinksberger, in riding his horse Kirby Stud Conspiracy. This horse is owned by Catherine Hinksberger, making their home in Dumbalg North in Victoria. Followed by number 32 will be Michael Hiscock with Mewburn Solution. 33 is Toby White with Smith Family Dulce. And 34 will be Peter Bolton with Gross.
We're just gonna clean the lens on camera 2. It might be.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, do you want to check?
Yeah, turn off.
Turn it off.
We clear?
Yeah. We're just turning camera 2 off.
With a camp score of 12 on that occasion for Kirby Stud Conspiracy, ridden by Ian Hinksberger. Number 32, former winner of our Willinga Gold Buckle Championship, Michael Hiscock, riding Mayburn Solution, will be next into the camp. Followed by Toby White with Smith Family Dulce, and Peter Bolton will be with Riding Grace at number 34, Claire Lindley at number 35.
How's it looking?
Now I do have a revised camp score for our previous competitor. 31 was Ian Hinksberger, Kirby Stud Conspiracy. It was a camp score of 22. We do apologise, it was a mechanical issue here, but Kirby Stud Conspiracy was a 22 camp. Down at 32, though, we had Michael Hiscock riding Mayburn Solution. We had an 18.5 for camp, 56.5 points for horsework, 4 for course, total of 79. We are now watching on camp on this occasion. This will be Toby White from the Carlisle River in Victoria, riding Rochelle Hinksberger's nomination, Smith Family Dulce.
There you on camera too while Barry has some breakfast. Copy.
That is time on that occasion for Smith Family Dulce and Toby White. We've got the numbers through. 22 points for camp, 51 points for horsework, 3 for course. Total here this morning of 76 for Toby White riding Smith Family Dulce. We move to number 34 in the competition. 34 is Peter Bolton. Peter Bolton riding Michelle Bolton's nomination. They're from Hayfield in Victoria. This is Grace that he's riding in this round. Number 35 at the gate will be Claire Lindley, riding Yavenmore Chrome. Number 36 is Glen Rand with Montana Starrell. Number 37 is Matt Moffat with Future Dreams, and 38 is Mick Otten. We are currently watching on course at this point of time Peter Bolton riding Grace. This being the first of 2 full rounds of our Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Camp Drafting Championship. Second round we recommence here tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, and with the semi-finals here on Friday mid-morning. Well, that will complete the course once again for Peter Bolton riding Grace. And our scores are coming through.
Hello.
At this point of time, we've got a camp score for Peyton and Grace of 22. 63 points for horsework, 4 for course, and today 89 points. Puts him up into around about second place in the competition at this stage with 89. Still leading the competition, it is Hugh Miles riding Just Jack with an 89.5 points. We are now watching on course. This is Claire Lindley riding Yavin Moore Chrome. Claire is one of our many competitors from the southern region from Gundagai. She'll be followed by Glenn Rand. Into the camp, please, Glenn. And then number 37 will be Matthew Moffat with Future Dreams. Completing our course with under the time limit, that was Claire Lindy at number 35. The contestant from Gundagai riding her nomination, Yavin Moore Chrome. We've got a score coming through for Claire Lindy. Camp score of 19, 62 points for horsework, 4 for course, giving her a first round score today of 85 points, 8-5. Now we look down to number 36 in the camp. This is Glenn Rand riding Starrell, Montana. Number 37 will be Matthew Moffat with Future Dreams, and number 38 back here to Willinga will be Mick Ottom with Mandala and Namone. We are watching on course at this point of time, Glenn Rand. Glenn joins us here this weekend from Glenmanny. The camp score of 16, 16 only for Starrell, Montana and Glenn Rand. Number 37 in the camp, we look down, this will be Matthew Moffat riding Future Dreams. Another one of our Queensland competitors representing Cabra. This horse is nominated by D&J Bell, Future Dreams. Be followed by 38, Mick Ottom with Munbula and Amo. Number 39 is Charles Tapp riding Who's Divine. We are watching on course at this point of time. This is Matt Moffat riding Future Dreams. Into the camp next, Mick Ottom with Mumbula Anemone. And that will complete the time for Matthew Moffat riding Future Dreams, our competitor number 37 in this opening round here this morning. We have got scores coming through for Matt Moffat, 22 points for Cam, 56.5 points for horsework, 3 for course. Grand total in this round of 81.5 points, 81.5. Looking down into the camp this time, it will be on course, Mick Ottom riding Mumbula Anemone, followed by Charles Tapp with Who's Divine, and number 40, we are at number 40 with Sky Sylvester and Bronk.
Runner.
We have a camp score for Mick Otten. Mick Otten will have a camp score of 20.5 points, riding Mumbula Animo. We move to number 39 in the competition. This is Charles Tapp. Charles Tapp riding his nomination called Who's Divine. Now this, Charles makes his home in Wandoan, and this is another of the Willinga Park horses that will be sold throughout our soil for this weekend by Who's Top Cat. And you can of course talk to Andrew Turvey and all of our recipients regarding these horses that will be sold throughout the course of our 4-day stay here in Willinga. Charles Tapp riding Who's Divine. Number 40 into the camp, please. Sky Sylvester with Bronk, and 41 will be Jared Sutton with Miranda.
No, they'll get one.
We have a camp score of 21.5 camp score only for Charles Tapp with Who's Divine, 21.5. Moving right along to our next competitor, this will be Sky Sylvester. This is Sky Sylvester and Wilkinson's nomination called Bronk. They make their home in Walker, northern New England region of New South Wales. Sky will be followed by Jared Sutton at the gate with Miranda. And from there we go to number 42, will be Wyatt Young with Metallic Storm. We're watching on course here in this first round of our Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Camp Drafting competition from Walker, Sky Sylvester riding Bronk. Into the camp next, please. We will require Jared Sutton with Miranda. 42 will be Wyatt Young with Metallic Storm, and 43 will be David Andrews with Conspiracy. And the score coming through for our previous competitor, Sky Sylvester from Walker, with a score of 21 points for cutout, 62.5 points for horsework, 4 for course, total here this morning of 87.5. Now that moves her into about the 5th highest score in the competition thus far, moving into number 5. Okay, let's go down to Victoria with our next competitor. This will be Jared Sutton from Traralgon, riding Peter and Joe Body's nomination, Miranda. 42 at the gate will be Wyatt Young, Metallic Storm. 43, David Andrews with Conspiracy. And completing our course once again this morning, Jared Sutton riding Miranda, a long way from home from Traralgon, Victoria. And it is official, we have got for you a camp score of 21.5 points, 63 points for horsework, 4 for course, giving him a grand total in this round of 88.5 points. 88.5 moves him into number 4 position at this stage. 88.5 with Jared Sutton riding Miranda. Looking down the list of our competitors, number 42, this time it'll be Wyatt Young in action, riding Metallic Storm. This horse is owned by the Metallic Storm Syndication Group from Tamworth, New South Wales. Wyatt Young. Number 43 is David Andrews with Conspiracy. Number 44, Hugh Miles with More Spoonful. We're watching on course at this point of time. We're watching Wyatt Young representing the Metallic Storm syndication with Metallic Storm. And that good form rolls on here this morning in the opening round of our Ringers Western Wear Gold Buckle Championship Camp Drafting Competition. First round, Wyatt Young and Metallic Storm. David Andrews with Conspiracy into the camp, please. Hugh Miles at the gateway to follow on. Okay, looking down the list of scores in this competition, we've got a camp score of 23, 61.5 points for horsework, 4 for course. Total of 88.5 points, 88.5 points for Wyatt Young, Metallic Storm. Okay, watching on this point of time, this is David Andrews. David Andrew riding his nomination from Aberdeen in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales, Conspiracy. Followed by 44 into the camp, Hugh Miles with More Spoonful. And 45 will be Ash Sheehan. Scores coming through for David Andrews from Aberdeen, riding Conspiracy. Camp score of 22, 62 points for horsework, 4 for course. Grand total for David Andrews and Conspiracy of 88. Number 44 in the camp as we speak, this is Hugh Miles from Tamworth, riding More Spoonful. This is Peter Doonan's nomination. He'll be followed by Ash Sheehan with Lyra Park, Braver's Playgirl, Evan Hiscock with Mandalia. And that's another completed course at number 44 for Hugh Miles with More Spoonful. We have got in the camp a score coming through for Hugh Miles, More Spoonful, 22 points for cutout, 63 points for horsework, 4 for course, grand total of 89. Moving home up into second place at this stage, Hugh Miles with More Spoonful, 89. Watching on camp, number 45 is Ash Sheehan with Lyra Park Braver's Playgirl. 46 at the gate, Evan Hiscock with Mandalia. And 47, Luke Bennett with Stereo Cat. Well, we've got a camp score for Ash Sheehan and Lyra Park Bravos Playgirl, a camp score of 20. On the camp, next contestant is Evan Hiscock's nomination. This is Mandela. Makes his home in Collinsville, Queensland. Evan Hiscock will be followed by 47, Luke Bennett with Stereo Cat, and 48 will be back Matt Holtz with Con Ellen. For our previous competitor, we had Ash Sheehan with a camp score of 20. We are currently watching on course Evan Hiscock riding Mandela.
Thank you very much.
With a camp score of 22 points for Evan Hiscock with Mandela. We move to 47 in the competition is Luke Bennett with Stereo Cat. 48 will be Matt Holtz with Con Ellen. And 49 will be Peter Garlick with Oasis.
23.
We are watching on course at this point of time. This is Luke Bennett riding Sue Brosnan's nomination, Stereo Cat. Makes his home at Dundee. Luke enjoying a very successful 2025. He won the World Championship Campdraft this year at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And on this occasion, riding Stereo Cat, Luke Bennett has a camp score of 23. 62 points for horsework, 4 for course, gives him a grand total in this first round of 89. 8-9 for Luke Bennett and Stereo Cat. Number 48 in the draw this morning is Matt Holtz, and Matt Holtz is riding Kooyong Pastoral's nomination, Con Ellen. Matt makes his home these days in Jindira. He followed in the competition by Peter Garlick with our Aces, and number 50 to round out our first 50 this morning will be Pete Comiskey with Binya Wisdom. On course we are watching is Con Ellen. Con Ellen ridden by Matt Holtz. He followed in the competition by Peter Garlick and Oasis. Well, that'll be pleasing for Matt in this round of the competition. First round scores are ever so important. Of course, 2 highest aggregate scores added together here. And between 60 and 80 competitors will come back for our semi-final after the 2 qualifying rounds here on Friday morning. Matt Holtz, Con Ellen, has a camp score of 22. 62 points for horsework, 4 for course, and a total in this round of 88 for Matt Holtz, 88 points. We now go to Peter Garlick. Peter Garlick will be our next competitor from Kudal, riding his nomination, Oasis. We want next into the camp will be Pete Comiskey with Binya Wisdom, followed by Jane Fitzgerald, One Fancy Hat, and Pat Hardwick with Boy.
Hello.
Have a camp score of 20. Camp score of 20 for Peter Garlick and Oasis. On camp, we are watching Pete Comiskey with Binya Wisdom. And that was our competitor in the competition, number 50, Pete Comiskey with Binya Wisdom. Into the camp will be Jane Fitzgerald with One Fancy Hat, to follow by Pat Hardwick with Boy, and Troy Palmer will be at number 53 with Dream. We've got a score of 22 points for camp for Pete Comiskey, 59 for horsework, 4 for course, a total of 85. Well, at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand the microphone over to my co-host, Karen Butters, joining us for the first time here at Willinga, and welcome to the next 50, Karen.
Well, good morning and thank you very much, Glenn. Number 51 is in camp, Jane Fitzgerald riding One Fancy Hat. Next into camp will be 52, Pat Hardwick on riding Boy. 53, Troy Palmer on Dream. 54, Tom Shea riding Binya Luxury. 55, Cameron Jones riding Jats Bar Black Jack. And 56, David Murphy riding Casper's Versace.
Hello.
Score through there for Jane Fitzgerald of a 20 and a half. 55 and 3 for a 78 and a half. In camp now, we watch 52, Pat Hardwick, riding boy. On standby at the gate, 53, Troy Palmer, 54, Tom Shea. You are watching the Ringers Western Gold Buckle Campdraft Championship here at Willinga Park. Score through there for Pat Hardwick of a 15, 53 and a half, and 3 for a 71 and a half. Into camp, competitor 53, Troy Palmer, riding Dream. 54 on standby, Tom Shea, riding Binia Luxury. 55, Cameron Jones on Jats Bar Black Jack. 56, David Murphy, riding Casper's Versace. 57, Bradley Comiskey on Chicken Man. 58, Tanya Rand on Aldara, and 59, Toby Rofe on Tomboy. We have a score there for Troy Palmer, riding Dream of a 19 and a half, 46 and 3 for a total of 68 and a half. 54 is in camp now. Tom Shea, riding Binia Luxury. On standby will be 55. Cameron Jones, 56. David Murphy, 57. Bradley Comiskey, 58. Tanya Rand, 59. Toby Rofe, 60. Lara Garlick, 61 Inga Yanch, and 62 David Thorne. Great big thanks today to our judges in this Ringers Western Gold Buckle Campdraft Championships, Mr Joe Payne and Mr Jonathan McDonald. Score there for Tom Shea riding Benia Luxury is a 17.5, 59 and a 4 for an 80.5. In camp now, competitor 55. Cameron Jones riding Jats Bar Black Jack. On standby, 56, David Murphy riding Casper's Versace, 57, Bradley Comiskey on Chicken Man, 58, Tanya Rand on Aldara. Score through there for Cameron Jones riding Jats Bar Black Jack of a 21.5, 61 and a 4 for an 86.5. In camp we are watching competitor 57 Bradley Comiskey riding Chicken Man. Next into camp will be 58 Tanya Rand, 59 Toby Rofe, 60 Lara Garlic.
Hello!
Score through there for David Murphy on Casper's Versace of a 21, 57 and a half and a 3 for a total of 81 and a half. In camp now, competitor 57 Bradley Comiskey riding Chicken Man. Stand by at the gate, 58 Tanya Rand, 59 Toby Rofe and 60 Lara Garlic. We have a score through there for Bradley Comiskey riding Chicken Man of a 22, 55 and 3 for a total of 80. In camp now, looking over her cattle, we have competitor 58 Tanya Rand riding Aldara. 59 will be next into camp, Toby Rofe. 60 Lara Garlic, 61 Inga Jensch, 62 David Thorne and 63 Andrew Turvey. We will watch the round one of the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Camp Draft today, following on tomorrow with round 2. Our judges today, Mr. Joe Payne and Mr. Jonathan McDonald.
On camera on 2 and I can't really pan that far.
And outside we watch competitor 58 Tanya Rand.
Hello.
Score through for Tanya Rand riding Aldara of a 21.5, 62.5 and a 4 for a total of 88. Looking over East Cattle now, competitor 59, Toby Rofe riding Tomboy. On standby at the gate will be 60, Lara Garlic riding Jazzy Little Chisholm, 61, Inga Yench riding Mumbulla Perch, 62, David Thorne will ride Big Red, and 63, Andrew Turvey riding Bad in Black. That's a score of 20 only there for Toby. So into camp we have competitor 60, Lara Garlic riding Jazzy Little Chisholm, 61 on standby, Inga Yench, and 62, David Thorne. We have a score through there for Lara Garlic riding Jazzy Little Chisholm of a 21, a 60 and a half and a 4 for a total of 85 and 0.5. In camp now, competitor 61, Inga Yench riding Mumbulla Perch, 62, David Thorne riding Big Red, 63, Andrew Turvey riding Bad in Black, 64, Ben Rossiter riding KB Exclusive Oak, 65, Graham Rzinski riding GJ Hope, and 66 will be Bryony Puddicombe riding Bungabi Chance. Score is through for Inga Yench riding Mumbulla Perch of a 19.5, 56 and 3 for a 78.5. In camp now we are watching 62, David Thorne riding Big Red. On standby next in will be 63, Andrew Turvey riding Bad in Black, 64, Ben Rossiter on KB Exclusive Oak, and 65, Graham Rzinski on GJ Hope. .22 only there for David Thorne riding Big Red. In camp now, competitor 63. We watch Andrew Turvey riding Bad in Black. 64 will be on standby, Ben Rossiter. 65, Graham Rzinski. 66, Bryony Puddicombe. 67, Renee Sherab. 68, Stephen Hart. 69, Bonnie Hiscock. And 70 will be Philip Collins. Score has come through for Andrew Turvey, riding Bad in Black of a 22, 62.5 and a 4 for a total of 88.5. In camp now, 64, Ben Rossiter, riding KB Exclusive Oak, 65 on standby, Graham Rosinski, 66, Bryony Puttycombe, and 67, Renee Sherrod.
What was that straight? 22? Oh yeah.
Hello.
Score through for Ben Rossiter, riding KB Exclusive Oak of 21, 63 and 4 for a total of 88. In camp now, we are watching competitor 65, Graham Rosinski, riding GJ Hope. Next into camp will be 66, Bryony Puttycombe, riding Bungarby Chance. 67, Renee Sherrod, riding Hunter View Uniquely. 68, Stephen Hart on Yaven Smooth Spin. 69, Bonnie Hiscock on Teak P Sundowner. 70, Philip Collins riding J Bell Molly. And 71, Matthew Moffat on One Time Divine.
Is it paid rounding up that time, Mark?
Score there for Graham Rosinski of a 21 only. In camp now. Competitor 66, Bryony Puttycombe on riding Bungarby Chance. 67 will be on standby, Renee Sherrod. 68, Stephen Hart, and 69, Bonnie Hiscock. You are watching today the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Campdraft for 2025. Our judges today, Mr Joe Payne, Mr Jonathan McDonald. We will watch round 1 of the Gold Buckle Campdraft today, and tomorrow at 7 a.m. we will see the second round of the Gold Buckle Open. Score through there for Bryony Puttycombe of a 22 only. In camp now, competitor 67, Renee Sherrod, riding Hunter View Uniquely. 68 on standby. Next into the yard will be Stephen Hart, riding Yaven Smooth Spin. 69, Bonnie Hiscock on TKP Sundowner. And 70, Philip Collins on J Bell Molly. It's unfortunately a no score there for Renee, so we will tidy up the camp. So there's wonderful Willinga Park cattlemen down there. And then we will move on to competitor 68, Stephen Hart, riding Yaven Smooth Spin. 69 on standby, Bonnie Hiscock. 70, Philip Collins. 71, Matthew Moffat. 72, Kenny L. Beaches. 73, David Lang, and 74 is a spare. 75, Luke McEwen. 76, Lockie Sims. 77, Michael Reid. 78, John Templeton. 79, Dean Rogers, and 80 will be Philip Manchin.
Right. Hello.
Score through there for Stephen Hart, riding Yaven Smooth Spin of a 17, 63.5 and a 4 for an 84.5. 69 in camp is Bonnie Hiscock, riding TKP Sundowner. 70 on standby, Philip Collins on J Bell Molly. 71, Matthew Moffat on One Time Divine. 72, Kenny L. Beaches on Overtime. 73, David Lang will ride Myanmar Dusk. On site today we have the Hello Huey coffee van over in the trade stall area, and Rotary are ready to serve breakfast. So if you're hungry, scoot over to the Rotary and grab yourself a healthy breakfast.
Hello.
Score through there for Bonnie Hiscock, riding TKP Sundowner of a 20, 58 and 3 for a total of 81. On camp we are watching competitor 70, Philip Collins riding J Bell Molly. Next into camp will be 71, Matthew Moffat riding One Time Divine. 72, Kenny L. Beaches on Overtime, and 73 will be David Lang riding Mayimbar Dusk. 75 will be Luke McEwen riding Black Viper. 76 Lockie Sim on Destiny Cherry. 77 Michael Reid riding All Stars Keepsake. At 78 will be John Templeton riding Telly's 2 Times. And 79 Dean Rogers on JP Impact. Score through there for Philip Collins on J. Molly, the 15 only. In camp, looking over his cattle, competitor 71, Matthew Moffat, riding One Time Divine. Next into camp will be 72, Kenny L. Beaches. 73, David Lang. 75, Luke McEwen. 74 is that Scratching. 76, Lockie Sim. We have a score through for Matthew Moffat riding One Time Divine of 17, 55 and a half, and a 3 for a 75 and a half. 72 in camp, Kenny L. Beaches riding Overtime. 73 will be David Lang riding Mayimbar Dusk. 74 is a Scratching. 75 Luke McEwen riding Black Viper. 76 Lockie Sim on Destiny Cherry. 77 Michael Reid riding All Stars Keepsake. And 78 John Templeton riding Telly's 2 Times. So a reminder from our wonderful secretary that if you haven't done your ABCRA weekend membership waiver, you need to attend the office immediately. You cannot ride before you have filled in those important forms. We do need Benny Hill to the secretary's box to do that, please. And there are a couple of others on our list. So if you could please, if you haven't filled in your waiver, attend to the office and do so urgently, please.
Hello.
Score for Kenny L. Beaches on overtime of a 16.5, a 61.5 and a 4, for a total of 82. 73 in camp is David Lang riding Mayimbar Dusk. 75 will be next in camp because we have that scratching at 74. So 75 will be Luke McEwen riding Black Viper. 76 will be Lockie Sim. 77 Michael Reid. Scores come through there for David Lang riding Mayimbar Dusk of 18.5, 57 and 3 for a total of 78.5. In camp now, competitor 75 is Luke McEwen riding Black Viper. 76 will be on standby, Lockie Sim riding Destiny Cherry. 77 Michael Reid, 78 John Templeton. 79 Dean Rogers, 80 will be Philip Mansion and 81 Wyatt Young. That's a camp score only there of 21 for Luke.
Hello.
Into camp, looking over his cattle, we have competitor 76, Lockie Sim riding Destiny Cherry. 77 will be on standby. Next into the camp, Michael Reid on All Stars Keepsake. 78, John Templeton on Telly's 2 times. 79, Dean Rogers on JP Impact. 80 will be Philip Mansion on Del Rio Chisholm. 81, Wyatt Young riding Shady Spin and Pepsi. 82, Shane Corbold riding Duckster. And 83, Mick Southern riding Diamond F Zeus. Score through there for Lockie Sim, riding Destiny Cherry of a 16, 56 and 3 for a total of 75. In camp now, looking over his cattle, 77, Michael Reid riding All Stars Keepsake. 78 on standby at the gate, John Templeton riding Telly's 2 times. 79, Dean Rogers. 80, Philip Mansion. 81, Wyatt Young. 82, Shane Corbold. 83, Mick Southern. 84, Catherine Henksberger, and 85, Ben Trainer. A camp score of 20 only there for Michael Reid. 78 in camp, we have John Templeton riding Telly's 2 times. 79 on standby will be Dean Rogers. 80, Philip Mansion. 81, Wyatt Young, and 82, Shane Corbold. If you've just joined us, you are watching the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Camp Draft. It is the first round of the Camp Draft. For today and tomorrow will be the second round of the Open Camp Draft. Score through there for John Templeton of a 20, a 52.5 and a 3, a total of 75.5. In camp now, Tamworth competitor 79, Dean Rogers, riding JP Impact. On standby 80, Phil Manchin, riding Del Rio Chisholm. 81, Wyatt Young will ride Shady Spin and Pepsi. 82, Shane Corbold on Duckstar. And 83, Nick Southern riding Diamond F Zeus. Our judges today are Mr Joe Payne and Mr Jonathan McDonald in this first round of the Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Campdraft.
Hello!
Score through there for Dean Rogers of a 21, 37.5 and a 2 for a 60.5. In camp now, looking over here, no, we have a In camp, we watch competitor 80, Philip Manchin, riding Del Rio Chisholm. On standby, 81, White Young. On Shady Spin and Pepsi, 82, Shane Corbold, 83, Mick Southern. Score there for Philip Manchin of a 15.5.
Hello!
Brett Rollinson, could you please come to the Secretary's box immediately? Brett Rollinson to the Secretary's box, please. Into camp, looking over his cattle, competitor 81, Wyatt Young, riding Shady Spin and Pepsi. 82, Shane Corbold. 83 on standby, Mick Southern. And 84, Catherine Hanksberger. Score there for White Young, riding Shady Spin and Pepsi over 22, 53.5 and a 3, for a total of 78.5. In camp now, we watch competitor 82, Shane Corbold, riding Duckster. On standby, 83, Mick Southern on Diamond F Zeus. 84, Catherine Hanksberger on Budgeroo Cindy. 85, Ben Trainer on Common Acres. 86, Jonathan Sherab on Addard's Pulse. 87, Ken Mile on Billy. 88, Matt Holtz will ride Cass. 89, Robert Leach on Hell's Destiny. And 90 will be Matt Oakley riding Hell Blazer. That's unfortunately a no score there for Shane. So as we tidy up the camp, we will see competitor 83, Mick Southern, riding Diamond F Zeus. 84 will be Catherine Hanksberger, riding Budgeroo Cindy. 85, Ben Trainer, riding Common Acres. 86, Jonathan Sherab, riding Addard's Pulse. 87, Ken Mile will ride Billy. And 88, Matt Holtz will ride Cass. You are watching the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Bugle Championship Campdraft. Our judges today, Mr. Joe Payne and Mr. Jonathan McDonald. We have a score through for Mick Southern, riding Diamond F Zeus, of a 22, 62 and 4 for a total of 88. We are watching on camp competitor 84, Catherine Hanksberger, riding Budgeroo Cindy. On standby next in will be 85, Ben Trainer. 86, Jonathan Sherab. 87, Ken Mile. And 88 will be Matt Holtz. Score through for Catherine Hanksberger of a 22, 54 and 3 for a total of 79. 85 is in camp, Ben Trainer, riding Common Acres. 86 will be on standby at the gate, Jonathan Sherab. 87, Ken Mile. 88, Matt Holtz. 89, Rob Leach. 90, Matt Oakley. 91, Neil Huckins. 92, John Mitchell. 93, Vicky Hiscock. 94, Glenn Coleman, and 95 will be John Turvey. It's a score of 21 only there for Ben Traynor. 86 in camp, we have Jonathan Sherab riding Addard's Pulse. Jonathan hails from Yarramundi. 87 on standby, Ken Mile on Billy. 88 Matt Holtz on Cass. 89 Rob Leach on Hell's Destiny. And 90 will be Matt Oakley riding Hell Blazer. A score of 15.5 only for Jonathan. 87 in camp, waiting on his fresh, is Ken Mile riding Billy. 88 will be Matt Holtz. 89 Rob Leach and 90 Matt Oakley.
Auto.
Score there for Ken Mile of a 21 only. In camp now, competitor 88, we have Matt Holtz riding Cass. 89 will be on standby next into camp, Rob Leach on Hell's Destiny. At 90, Matt Oakley. 91, Neil Huckins. 92, John Mitchell. And 93, Vicky Hiscock. That's unfortunately a no score there for Matt, so we'll have a tidy up in the camp. We will see competitor 89, Robert Leach on Hell's Destiny. Then on standby will be 90, Matt Oakley on Hellblazer. 91, Neil Huckins riding Troy. 92, John Mitchell on Hall's Chicken Man. 93, Vicky Hiscock will ride Newburn, Beth Dutton. 94, Glenn Coleman on Scarlet. 95, John Turvey riding Sunny. 96, Pete Comiskey will ride Raunchy Dad. 97, Zeb Pearce on Jewel Ray Kitty. And 98, Shannon Davey on a Custom Whiz. You are watching the Willinga Park Ringers Western Gold Buckle Championship Camp Draft. Our judges today, Mr Joe Payne and Mr Jonathan McDonald. We have just over 340 competitors today in this round one, and tomorrow we will see the second round of the Gold Buckle for the day, followed by that feature cut-out first round. Remembering competitors that we have a arena prep at competitor after competitor 100, and we will see the cattle changed every 25.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, good. How you been?
Not too bad.
How you on?
Same old man. Working and surfing, shooting surf.
Yeah, same. I moved up to Willinga.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Nice.
been living up there.
So I remember you said that last time.
Yeah,
Sick. Enjoying it?
yeah, it's good. Love it up there. Been surfing a bit.
Sure. What's to go with this angle? Mainly shooting in here?
Sorry about that.
Mainly shooting in here?
Score through for Robert Leach on Hell's Destiny over 22, 55.5 and 3 for a total of 80.5. Competitor 90 is in camp. Matt Oakley riding Hellblazer. 91 will be on standby. Neil Huckins riding Troy. 92 John Mitchell. 93 Vicky Hiscock. And 94 Glenn Coleman. So remembering competitors that after competitor 100 we will have an arena prep, and then we will move on to 101 then. Score through there for Matt Oakley of a 17, 59 and 4 for a total of 80. In camp now we watch competitor 91, Neil Huckins riding Troy. 92 will be next into camp, John Mitchell on Horse Chicken Man. 93 Vicky Hiscock on Newburn Beth Dutton, and 94 will be Glenn Coleman riding Scarlet. Benny Hill, if you could please make your way to the Secretary's box urgently. You are coming up for a ride and you have not signed your ABCRA waiver. You will not be allowed to ride if you have not done that, so please come and see us in the box, the Secretary's box, and do your paperwork. If you are one of the few people left to do that waiver, if you could also make your way to the Secretary's box and sign that waiver, so that we can tidy up that paperwork and get on with this wonderful drafting here at the beautiful Willinga Park. Score through there for Neil Huckins of A20, 47.5 and a 3 for a total of 70.5. In camp now, we watch 92, John Mitchell riding horse Chicken Man, 93. You'll be on standby. Next into camp, Vicky Hiscock on Newburn Beth Dutton, 94, Glenn Coleman, 95, John Turvey, 96, Pete Comiskey, 97 will be Zeb Pearce, 98, Shannon Davey, 99, David Reeder, and 100 will be Lee Rogers before we will stop for a moment to do an arena prep. Score through there for John Mitchell on horse Chicken Man of a 22, 62.5 and 4 for a total of 88.5. Vicky Hiscock is in camp. We watch her at competitor 93, riding Newburn Beth Dutton, 94. You'll be on standby next into camp. Glenn Coleman riding Scarlet, 95, John Turvey riding Sunny, 96, Pete Comiskey on Raunchy Dad, 97, Zeb Pearce on Jewel Ray Kitty, and 98, Shannon Davey on a Custom Whiz. Score through there for Vicky Hiscock of a 21 only. 94 in camp is Glenn Coleman riding Scarlet, 95, John Turvey on Sunny, 96, Pete Comiskey on Raunchy Dad.
Hello.
Score through for Glenn Coleman of a 15.5. In camp now, we are watching competitor 95, John Turvey riding Sunny. 96, you'll be next in, Pete Comiskey. 97, Zeb Pearce. 98, Shannon Davey. 99, David Reeder. 100 will be Lee Rogers. We will then see that arena prep. Then we will have 101 Simone Barada, 102 Troy Palmer, 103 Henry Quilty, and 104 Ben Edwards. Score through there for John Turvey of a 22, 62 and 4 for a total of 88. In camp now, we are watching competitor 96, Pete Comiskey riding Raunchy Dad. 97, you'll be next in camp, Zeb Pearce. 98, Shannon Davey. 99, David Reeder on Cody, and 100, Lee Rogers.
Hello.
Score through there for Pete Comiskey of a 22, 63.5 and a 4 for an 89.5. Outside, we're watching Zeb Pearce riding Jewel Ray Kitty. Into camp, we have 98, Shannon Davey, 99 on standby, David Reeder, 100, Lee Rogers, 101, Simon Barada, and 102, Troy Palmer.
Hello.
Score there through for Zeb Pearce of a 20, 61 and 4 for an 85. 98 is in camp, Shannon Davey on riding a custom whiz. 99, you'll be on standby, David Reeder on Cody. And 100, Lee Rogers riding Archer. We'll then have that arena prep, and then we will go on to 101, Simone Barada.
Ready.
Score there for Shannon Davey of a 20 only. 99 in camp, David Reeder riding Cody. 100 on standby will be Lee Rogers riding Archer. And remember, competitors and spectators, we'll have a short break to do an arena prep when we will move then on to 101 Simone Barada, 102 Troy Palmer, 103 Henry Quilty, 104 Ben Edwards, 105 Matthew Moffat, 106 Bronwyn Upjohn, and 107 will be Zach Savetley.
Hello.
Score there for David Reeder was a 21.5. Outside, we watch competitor 100, Lee Rogers riding Archer. We'll then have a short break. Score through there for Lee Rogers riding Archer of a 20.5. So we'll have a short break while we prepare the arena, and I'm going to hand over to my co-announcer Leslie Deneen to take you through the next 50.